Said I was going to start eating healthy today. Nailed it. Sometimes I'm not stable for my child because I'm always worried about everybody else's kid. YouTube. It's Monday, August 21st. This is my first ever vlog, teacher vlog. So I've already dropped my little girl off at my mom's. She watches her. Thank God we do not have to pay for a babysitter. It's about 6:17 and I'm about to head to school. So today is a pretty unique day because it's the solar eclipse. Now, our district has told us that we cannot go outside due to the damage that it might cause to the kids, but I'm sure we'll watch it on YouTube or watch it on whatever is streaming it this morning or this afternoon. It's supposed to hit us around 1, so I am about to head off to school. I'm going to try to get everything done on my checklist that I need to this morning to get ready for today. Just a side note, am I the only person who comes to school with this many bags? Look at this. It's like I've got my technology bag, I've got my teaching bag with a bag in it with stuff that I bought, my purse, bags of Lysol. I just cannot get it together, YouTube. I just cannot get it together. I just don't even have enough arms to carry all my stuff every day to school. Please tell me I'm not the only one. Please. If, in fact, I was confused about what day it is, this comes on. Low tire pressure. Thank you, Monday. This is the universe trying to tell me that today is not the day. I'm okay with that. Thank you, Monday. Thank you. So I just made it to school and I have a few things that I need to do this morning before the kids come in. I'll show you my to-do list. I need to write my agenda, laminate QR codes, but just realized I left my lamination at home, so not laminate QR codes. Get my PowerPoints up, copy Scoop for today, and get their morning work ready. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to kind of show you what I'm doing today. So today we are talking about our classroom jobs. Now, since I am departmentalized, that means that I'll teach this 3 times. I have classroom jobs in every single class so that I can make sure my class runs more smoothly. So the way that I'm going to go over classroom jobs, instead of just standing there in front of them and blah, 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 I have put all the jobs, their descriptions, and the skills needed in our classroom on a QR code. So what the kids are going to do is they're going to scoot around the room and scan the QR code. When they scan the QR code, it's going to tell them the job title, the description, and the skills needed. Then after they have scooted, yeah, sure. So as they scoot, just so I can have something that they record on and I know that they're working, they're going to record all the jobs that they go to throughout the scoot. Now this is the first time that we've done scoot, so I'm going to use it as a test of teaching them the rules and procedures for scoot. Instead of going content related, I wanted to practice it with something a little less important. So after they have scooted through all of the QR codes, then at their desk they are going to get a QR code like this. These are all the same QR codes. They're going to get a QR code, and when they scan it, it's going to take them to Google Drive. When they get to Google Drive, they're going to pick 3 of the top jobs that they want to apply for. So they'll put their name, the job that they're applying for, and then it'll come to me, and I can see which jobs different students want, and I can choose them effectively. So as their exit ticket, they will be filling out this, telling me one of the jobs they applied for and why I should hire them. So giving me a reason as to why I should hire them for that job. So I'm going to go make copies of this and get my QR codes put up around the room. Hey guys, I just wanted to catch up with you. It's about 6 o'clock. I'm just getting home, just leaving school, just getting home. The rest of the day was a little rough, so I'm just gonna think positive tonight and think about how I can maybe change some classroom management strategies, really get them engaged. I feel like the activities that I have planned are super engaging and super fun, but it's just not enough right now. So I think I really just need to build those relationships with my students, get to know them a little bit more, put a little bit more effort into not so much hitting content right now as much as getting to know them. It's just been a really tough day. We're still transitioning, still trying to figure out how scheduling and all of that works. So I just really need to work on that. But right now I'm going to go in, have some time with my family, and eat some dinner. So I'll catch up with you guys later. I got home this afternoon and I feel bad after a long day. I came home and probably 3 months ago I had talked about Tieks. I'd seen teachers wearing Tieks everywhere. And I was like, man, I really want those, but I just can't justify spending that much money. So I came home this afternoon and this was waiting for me. So look how pretty this box is. It's like an old box with a little bow. It even came with a postcard saying, we hope you enjoy your Tieks. And so I had chosen the cream color. So they fit like perfectly in this little box. When you take them out, I can't do this with one hand. So when you take them out, they're all folded up in little balls, and then you undo them. So what I really love about them is I love this color. It's just a really pretty color, but I just love the bottom. The bottom is my favorite. They're so pretty. What are you doing? So I'm really excited to try these out. I'll let you know how it goes. Standing on my feet all day in the little Tieks. So excited. If I like them, I'll get another pair. So shout out to the Hubs for getting me and surprising me with Tieks. after what was a rough day. And also got this package from Amazon, which don't judge when you see what's in here. Alright, so this week coming up on Wednesday, I'm going to do, pull this. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Look, pull it. Alright, so this week coming up at school, I'm doing a crime scene to talk about evidence in the text. Most of the crime scenes that I've seen were for inferring, but this week I'm going to do finding evidence using what you see right in front of you. On Wednesday I'll show you how I set that up, but this is like $8 on Amazon Prime, 1,000 foot, so I can use it over and over again. So I'm really excited about that, and I'll show you how I use it on Wednesday. So I'm going to catch up on some emails. I'm going to write some thank you letters, and I will catch up with you guys later. Last week at school, we decided to try something different for the first week of school. We started school last week on Tuesday. We went Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we decided to do whole school, break it up into 6 groups, and throughout the 3 days, they rotated to different stations. At each station, they had some kind of team building. Growth mindset, they had team building activities, they had an escape classroom, which I'm going to make a video about to give you more info, and all the teachers really just were all hands on deck. It was amazing how open they were, how positive they were about the whole experience, when usually your first couple of days you want to be in your classroom doing routines. So just to show my appreciation for all of the hard work that they did, and being so positive and so okay with all of this, I'm writing every teacher a thank you note. Some teachers led a group, some teachers just moved the groups around. So some teachers taught the group, some teachers led them around, and it was just an amazing experience. So I've got these thank you cards from Target. They just say why thank you. They were in the dollar section. So I'm just writing every teacher on our staff a thank you, just to tell them how much I appreciate all their hard work they did this week. Said I was going to start eating healthy today. Nailed it. Good morning, YouTube. It is Tuesday, August 22nd. It is about 6:30. I've dropped my little girl off and I'm about to head to school. I woke up so late today. I snoozed my alarm probably 4 times. I usually wake up at 4:45. I didn't wake up till 5:20. But so I quickly got dressed and scooped up Harper and put her in the car so I could head and bring her to my mom's to watch her today. So yesterday was kind of a rough day, and I really just wanted to reflect on that as a teacher. You know, last night when I got into bed, I always say a prayer every night, you know, just help me to have the words to deliver to these kids the way that they need it. And I really just prayed to give me some kind of idea or some kind of thing that I could do to really help manage these kids. Yesterday it was just total distraction. They were beating on their desk, they were kicking their shoes, they were talking the whole time. Every time I said something, they mocked me. It was just very distracting, and I am like so ADD when it comes to teaching. Like, what I'm thinking I have to say, and I think I started over like 6 times, and by the 6th time I was like, what point am I even trying to get across anymore? So it's very frustrating, especially when I was hired at this school as a mentor teacher. Yesterday was the first day that I really stopped and I thought, am I the teacher that I thought I was? That's really the thought that I had, and it makes me even emotional to even think that, because it's just such a different group of kids than I'm used to. Last year I had a kid cussing in class. I had desks being thrown. It was a lot. But this is just a totally different demographic than I had taught last year. So I know that I have to change my instruction. I have to be more open. I have to be more patient than I'm used to. But when I can't even get through a lesson start to finish, it makes me wonder, am I going to impact these kids the way that I am supposed to and the way that I want to? So today I'm just going in with a reminder that these kids are 8 years old. They didn't have a lot of structure over the summer, and it's just time to keep hammering it down, hammering the rules. I think that today is better. It's only Tuesday. It can only go up. So I'm going to keep being positive. I'm going to not let those negative thoughts take over me, and I'm going to go head to school. On the way, I'm going to drink my coffee, and I'm going to catch up on Up and Vanished, which is my favorite podcast. So I will catch up with you guys when I get to sitting in my reading corner, just breathing. Today was not as planned. So, one thing that I've definitely learned switching to a Title I school that is very low performing is that the expectations that you have or had do not come to fruition. Today just didn't go as planned. So one thing that I've always been like as a teacher is just very structured. Like, if it's on the plan, I have to get through it. Like, that's just the way I am. And I try not to compare to my old school so much, but just where I was previously, it was so easy to get through it. But we've had some struggles. So today I had planned what I thought was very simplified. I had planned to go over the agenda. I had a bell ringer when they walked in. We were going to read a book, and I was going to introduce table Twitter. I had our master teacher come in, and our master teacher is about the equivalent of a curriculum coordinator. She's not a curriculum coordinator, but she has that freedom to come in and help. So she came in, she helped, and kind of showed me how to simplify. Like, I did not realize you need a procedure for everything you do. Everything. Like, take out your pencil. Okay, let's practice it. Take it out, put it back. Take it out, put it back. And it took us an hour and a half to get through just practicing getting out your journals and what table Twitter is. We didn't read, we didn't do anything but practice getting our journals out and what table Twitter was. With the second group, we got through pretty much the same thing. They got to make their Twitter name that they were going to tweet on their pages. My third class, which is my most challenging class, I think just the dynamics of it is very challenging. she came back in because I knew I'd need some help. Just, it's always so beneficial to see somebody else do it. It just is. Even as a teacher, we never know exactly everything. Like, we just don't. We think we should, but we don't. And it's so fun and interesting to get somebody else's perspective on how to do something. So she came in. We couldn't even begin. We spent an hour and a half just lining up. Just lining up. We didn't get through journals. We didn't get through Twitter. We didn't get through anything except lining up, which is what this class needed, and it's okay. They needed that. But where my frustration lies as a teacher is curriculum is so important. Curriculum. And when I can't get to curriculum, it's scary. It scares me as a teacher because I know that no matter what, at the end of the year, they need to be doing certain things. And when I stand up here and teach, I can't even get through the agenda. It's very frustrating, but it's very eye-opening. And I'm trying different strategies, and I'm trying to keep them engaged, but I can't even do the engaging things to keep them engaged because it's just mass chaos. It really is. And a lot of my babies do not come from structured homes. So to come from an unstructured place to a structured place is very difficult for them. I've had some bucking not working, not doing their thing. So, I know that I'm going to make it. I know that. But today, I really had my first cry of the year, just thinking maybe I'm not the teacher that I thought I was coming into this, because, as a mentor teacher, I'm how to make their instruction better, and I can't even get through a lesson. So it's got me a little worried, but I know I'm going to get there. And so I've tweaked my whole week. Tomorrow I was going to do a crime scene. I was going to have them come in. Somebody was going to steal all of our library books, and we were going to talk about evidence and how evidence in the text is like evidence in a crime scene. It's right there in front of you. It's what you see. But they can't handle that. And it saddens me because that's the things that I enjoy. I enjoy doing this, and I enjoy doing it for them. But I know that it's not going to go over, and they're not going to see what I need them to see. So I'm going to adjust what I'm doing tomorrow. I'm going to go back over table Twitter. We're going to take their journal, and we're going to turn it into complete sentences because they didn't write in complete sentences today. So we're going to take that, turn it into complete sentence, talk about what a capital letter is, what a punctuation mark is, and then we're going to try to introduce Twitter norms, tweet on a page, and then hopefully by Friday we can read a passage, because I have to get a grade this week. First week of school, and I have to get a grade. And it has to be worthy of taking a grade. So I'm feeling really stressed, really pressured, and I'm just hoping that on Friday we can get through a passage with some questions, and that way I can take a grade. So I am going to clean up a few things. My room is a mess, and I'm going to go home. And I'm going to be okay with that because it's been a rough day. So I'm going to take some work with me. I'm going to readjust, probably go home and Google classroom management strategies, and spend time with my little baby and my husband. But until then, I'm going to clean up. I'm going to write my agenda for tomorrow, and then I'm going to leave. So I am going to recharge. I'm going to let today go, and I'm going to get ready for a brand new day tomorrow.
YouTube. It is Wednesday the 23rd. I am so exhausted. I was gonna vlog last night when I got home, but when I got home I didn't even eat. I went straight to sleep at like 7:30. I hung out with Harper for a little bit and then went straight to bed. It's about 5:45 right now and I'm about to head to school. I'm just the kind of person where I'd rather get everything done in the morning and leave early in the afternoon, but I also need to get to school to feel ready. I can't just walk in and teach. I never understood how people can do that. So if you can do that, you're amazing, because I cannot. I have to set everything up and I just can't do it. I can't do it. So I'm going to head on to school. It's a new day. That's the beautiful thing about it. It's a new day, new decisions, new choices. Everything that happened yesterday is in the past, and we're going to get this. And I feel like we're going to get this. And I just really want to say to anybody who is teaching at a Title I school that is even 50% 50% free and reduced lunch, to 100% free and reduced lunch. Like, you can do this. These kids need you. And someone told me yesterday, you have to teach children, not curriculum. You have to. Especially with these babies, because you will never teach curriculum if you can't teach them. So that's my takeaway. Even my principal was like, you have to get under control what you need to get under control before you can ever teach. If I walk in your room and you're doing procedures, I know that that's what you need to do to teach them in a week or two. So all that really gave me some encouragement yesterday, and I'm just ready to face the day. I'm ready to meet them where they're at and do whatever I have to do to make everything in my classroom run smoothly for when I can teach. Curriculum. So I'm going to head to school. I'm going to turn up K-Love. I'm going to get my positivity going, and I will catch you back at school. Alright, so I just got to school. I really don't have that much to do to get ready for today. Today I've just decided that we are literally going over procedures all day. These were my lesson plans for today. We were going to do a crime scene, we were going to read a passage, talk about what groups look like, sound like. Yeah, that's what it was written. Lesson plans. Because this is stuff we can get done in an hour and a half. So today is just going to be about slowing down, doing it till we get it right. Our school adopted whole brain. So whole brain is where you're doing the gestures, you're talking it out, and one of the things that came with whole brain is the scoreboard. So I'll show you my scoreboard. This is my scoreboard. So when they do something good, they get a mighty oh yeah point. So they go oh yeah. When they do something not so good, they get a mighty groan, like a big old groan. So when they get a point here, they're acting like first graders. When they get a point here, they're acting like fifth graders. I can't reward the whole class. Like, they're not getting any points. What I'm going to do is, you can see my tables are in table teams. And I refuse to change them. They're going to stay in table teams. So my groups are in tables. So what I think I'm going to change the scoreboard to look like is table 1, table 2, table 3, table 4, table 5. And then by class, and they're going to compete as table teams against each other. That way, maybe if one table team is doing it and they win, they get something. So maybe that will encourage the other table teams to get their stuff together and come together and behave like they're supposed to. I find that with this class, it doesn't help to do a whole class reward, because there's not one time that every single person is doing what they're supposed to, and that is literally what the scoreboard is. Like, I saw most people on task, but there were a couple who weren't. Mighty groan. they get a negative point against them. So I think doing it as table teams will benefit them a lot better. So I'm going to change that today. Try that. Let you know how that works. I'm going to really just sit down and get organized. I haven't really gotten to organize myself. I need to print a few more Kagan numbers. I have Kagan numbers on my desk, and they're color-coded. That way I could just say 3A's get up, or all my blues come together. So that's another thing that I need to fix, is getting all those on the desk. Other than that, I'm just going to put on chill music, close my door, and just get my life together a little bit. So I have 2 breaks today, so I will try to catch you up on my first break, let you know how things are going, and I will catch up with you later. Good morning, YouTube. It is Thursday, the 24th. It's about 5:50 in the morning, and I've had a rough afternoon, night / morning. So you'll probably notice that I didn't vlog yesterday after school or during my break, because yesterday at lunch we got some news, and you know, with teachers, news spreads pretty fast, quickly, anywhere. So I was at lunch, and one of my coworkers came up to me and said, "Hey, did you hear about one of our teachers?" And I was like, "No, what are you talking about?" She was like, "They cut her." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, why?" And I mean, I knew why, because that grade's numbers were very low. No, not even her grade. 4th grade's numbers were really low. She teaches 5th grade. But when one grade's numbers are really low, the person that was last hired gets cut. So there's so much more that goes into that story, because first of all, she just paid for her certification to get certified as a teacher. She was done. She was going to be certified. But for me, yes, it sucks for her. It does. It sucks for her, because now she doesn't have a job. They're not going to place her anywhere, probably, because she's not certified yet. And it just sucks. But it sucks more for our kids. We've sat there and we've told them, we're not giving up on you. We're not leaving you. And she's leaving them. These kids don't have consistent things at home. And you're about to rip something so consistent from their life that it will have a negative impact on them as students and as kids. And it just hurts me, because number one, now we've lost a teacher who loved her kids, who built relationship with her kids. Number two, one grade is now going to have an influx of numbers in their classroom sizes, because they have to lose a teacher and combine classes. Number three, a teacher has to reconfigure everything she's going to teach. So when you're thinking you're just going to teach ELA, and then now a month into school, when you've already made all your routines and stuff, oh, you're going to teach ELA and social studies. Like, that is crushing to a teacher. That's hard on a teacher, to switch gears, you know, when you've already had your mind set on something and probably planned most of the summer. It is very detrimental to these students' success that our class sizes are so small. So I've just been really upset about that. And I mean, when I came home yesterday, I spent all my time with my daughter, because I just had a lot on my mind about how these kids don't have stable home lives. And it made me think about how sometimes I'm not stable for my child, because I'm always worried about everybody else's kid, and worried about my job, and worried about giving my all to school, that I compromise seeing her every afternoon. And it yesterday just made me realize that, you know, sometimes there's nothing you can do. It's out of your hands. And as long as you're showing up to school every day, loving those kids, to me, that's more valuable than anything. So today I'm going to try to just go back in, start a new day, and try to get through a lesson, hopefully. And I'll try to catch back up with you guys when I get to school and on my breaks. So I will talk to y'all later. Please stay positive no matter what your situation is. Just know that you are going to get through it, that you are a great teacher. If you're putting in effort, you are a great teacher, and you are right where you need to be, and you're there for a reason, and you're helping somebody. So just remember that, and I will catch up with you guys later. I made it to school. I've got to make some copies today because I'll show you what they're doing. I had planned a passage with some questions. So we're going to read this passage together. Don't drink from that pond. I'm going to teach them to number the paragraphs and then figure out if it is literature or informational text. And so before we do this, we're going to talk about what is literature, what is informational text, read the passage, and then tomorrow we are going to answer some questions, and I will pick it up, and that will be a grade because we're going to do it together. So let me just show you this. So this is my pacing for the 9 weeks. I'd gotten a couple weeks down. So basically this is where we are, and I've done none of this. So I really got to refigure my pacing for the 9 weeks and go get this copied. So I will catch back up with y'all in a minute. Alright, so it is about 1 o'clock. My kids are at enrichment. So we just got back from recess and lunch, and they're in enrichment, and I'm on my break, so I thought I'd catch up with you guys, and just happy to say that today has gone pretty well. My first 2 classes have been pretty on point. My last class is the hardest class, so we'll see how that goes. But other than that, you know, these are 3rd graders, and today I've just realized, like, I have to take it back to 2nd grade, because today we talked about literature and informational text, and the standards are reading literature and reading informational text, and they were calling it fiction and nonfiction. So that tells me that they haven't even been learning the correct words for the standards. So we went over literature and informational text. We talked about what we'd find in those types of stories. We gave them an exit ticket to pick one and tell me 2 elements of literature or 2 elements of informational text. Probably about 75% remembered and got it, but we're going to continue working on it. So right now I'm just going to turn on some music. I'm going to clean up my desk. It's a hot mess, and I'm just going to get organized. So I will catch up with you guys later. Probably not right after school. I have a leadership meeting, but if anything, I will catch up with you after the meeting.
this is how I have all of my stuff organized. These are all my Jenga sets for Jenga. But I like to keep all my supplies organized by expo markers. I have all my sticky notes, scissors, which is right now holding pencils, crayons, my glue sticks, and then my erasers. So I keep them all organized in this cabinet so that I can just go straight to what I need and pick it out, or the kids can go straight to what they need and pick it out, and it says it right there so they know. So that's just the way I keep my stuff organized. It works out well. Right now I have all of these school supplies that I have yet to open, so I'm going to open them all, and then I'm going to put them where they go. So our kids, they're very fortunate in getting school supplies in these bags. This is how they got their school supplies. So everything is in there that they need for school. It's got all the pink erasers, got highlighters, glue sticks, markers, scissors, everything they need. So I just need to unpack all this and get it where it goes. So that's what I'm going to do. I hate these things. Hate them.
Good morning, YouTube. It is Friday the 25th. It is 5:40. It's 5:40. It is 5:40. I am in a much better mood today. Being positive. I am about to head to school to print out a cold read that I'm going to give my students today. Just reflecting on the week, thinking about where my students are, where they need to go. So I'm going to head to school early. I'm going to go stop at Starbucks before I get to school. And then I'm going to pray because there literally might be a hurricane coming our way. So, I don't even know how to prepare for that. But let's keep our fingers crossed that it doesn't come. Let's just say I'm glad it's 5:42 in the morning and there's nobody around, because all the rain that we've been getting, there was a frog sitting next to my door on my driver's side and it would not move. I stomped, I kicked, it wouldn't move. So I came around to my passenger side, crawled across the seat, and got in because I was not touching a frog. So that's about how my morning's gone. So good thing nobody was watching. But I'm headed to school. I'm stopping at Starbucks, and I will catch y'all when I get to school. It is now 6 o'clock because I had to turn back around because I couldn't find my school keys. So my child loves to take my keys out of my purse and put them around her neck. I thought I had put my purse up high enough to keep them away from her. Apparently not, because when I go to look for my keys, thank God I did before I went to school, I realized they were not in there. So I had to turn around, come home, look for 20 minutes for my keys, found them in her toy box, and then decided that Starbucks was just not going to happen this morning. So I brewed me a cup of coffee with my Keurig, and I'm headed to school because I have duty this morning at 7:05, and I have to get my cold reads printed before then. So I will catch up with you guys later. Hopefully I don't get a speeding ticket. So I made it to school, and I need to print my cold read for today, get it on the copy machine, and that's probably all I'm going to get to this morning. So I will catch up with you guys on my break. Alright, so I just wanted to show you real quick how I was going to do my cold read. So I just got these right off of ReadWorks, and since my kids are in 3rd grade, but they are performing below grade level. I got a first grade passage and then a second grade passage so I could see, you know, if they did really well on first grade but struggled on second grade, then I know I can move on from first grade and focus more on second grade, because I don't want them in the beginning to struggle and be frustrated. But when you print from ReadWorks, it gives you the passage and then it gives you the questions. So to keep them organized, this is what I'm going to do. Because I have 60, 70 kids, I don't want to make 70 copies of the passage. So for my first passage, I'm going to take these dots. I'm going to take a red one. This is hard to do one-handed. And I'm going to put it on the top. So then with the questions for that passage, I'm going to put a red mark on the page. So they know, I don't think I have enough dots, that's why. So they know that red dot and red passage go together. And then this one will be green dot and green passage will go together. Just a way to keep it organized so they don't get confused on which questions go with what passage. This is my morning message when my kids come in. How funny is that? Friday got me like. They're gonna love that. Alright, so I'm headed to duty and I'll catch up with you guys later. At the end of the day, I am completely exhausted. Eclipse on Monday, hurricane coming on Friday. Terrible mix for a school week. But we made it through. It was pretty tough. I had to send a little boy to the office for hitting and just being mean to girls, so it's just all so overwhelming sometimes. So I'm just going to let you look at my desk to show you just how overwhelming today was. There's lunch, coffee, jelly beans, like it is just a hot mess. Oh look, another coffee cup. Not to mention that I have to sort through all of this paperwork. I'm going to sort through all of this, bring it to the office, and then hopefully head home.